Good morning.
Good morning.
This is morning everywhere in the United States now, still early. So, no, it ain't either. East Coast, it's afternoon. So, afternoon to the East Coast. So, the other day, Bianca, we done a leash clinic when we didn't do a leash clinic. You know?
I do know.
And I'm blaming it on Pi and Talus's mom.
How could you blame the client?
Because I asked them, I said, this is a leash clinic, right? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay. I just wanted to make sure. And so we done a leash clinic for an hour, which was really good, I think. I feel it came out good. But I don't think that we, I don't know. You could do leash clinics all day, every day, and still be not maybe where you want to be, you know. Are we trying to set up our camera?
Oh, I can.
So, I still feel that the clinic went really good. Huh?
Yeah.
Because you could never have enough leash work.
Yeah.
And let's talk, what is the day? Tuesday? Monday? Let's
Monday.
talk about what do we have scheduled for the week. I've seen a group walk.
Okay, I'm posting this on Facebook, so give me just a second. Chat about.
All right, we'll talk about whatever I want to talk about right now. Bianca's doing something else. So, recall what dogs. I think that's one of the easier things to do if you don't go out too far, too quick, and too much excitement for your dog, being it's playing ball or chasing stock or working stock or riding bikes or hiking through the mountains or whatever you're doing. There's so many times people will get way past where their training level is. And we just talked to someone about that just left here with Bob. They live on some acreage and they have acreage available. They live out of town, I guess, and they have acreage available to let Bob run on their dog. And it's he's already ran on that place and on neighbors' places because he'll escape once in a while, chasing a squirrel or a rabbit or whatever. And for them, our biggest concern was they keep their dog close enough on a long line until they establish the recall and try to get him in different areas that he can be trained on. And it's the same thing for me so many times with training a dog on a leash in town. There's times when we tell the people to try to stay out of the real bad part of the neighborhood where the dog gets in so much trouble from other dogs or bicycles or skateboarders until they get their dog doing good for them and respecting them. Most of the dogs that go home from here, I think Bianca and I can walk them about anywhere and not worry about what's there. But whenever it's the human that owns the dog in the neighborhood where the dog got in so much trouble for 6 months or a year or two of his life or whatever it is, it makes it really hard for the dog to win in that neighborhood because the person already knows that dog's 3 fence posts down and the person starts accidentally, not knowingly tightening their leash, getting prepared for it. And to me, that's kind of like cueing your dog to get ready because you got to launch into action and try to go get to that dog or skateboard or bicycle or whatever it is. I was watching a show last night where a guy was shooting some kind of varmints. I don't remember even what it was. Oh, he was target practicing at the time, getting ready to go shoot a varmint that was digging under their house or their shed. And he had his lab mix, I think. Lab it looked to me like, but whatever it was, out there with him. And he was shooting a small caliber gun, and he had his dog set and staying. Didn't have a leash on, of course. He lived out in the country, but he had his dog just set and staying while he shot his gun. And he said he's trying to get his dog better so he can go duck hunting with her or whatever. So for me, I do shoot guns and have guns, but when you go from a 22 shorts is what he was shooting, is really quiet, to a 12 gauge shotgun duck hunting, the noise level is huge in the difference. And the dog's adrenaline is a lot different because he knows when he's target practice, and the dog already knows he don't get to go chase nothing, but when he goes duck hunting, dog knows he does. And so it's fun to see that guy was actually working with his dog with a gun with a small caliber that doesn't make much noise to get his dog used to it. And that's, for me, what I always try to talk to people about whenever they're going to go home from their dog from board and train here. Try to make sure you can work your dog up to the level of excitement that you want. And for me, I feel that you should be able to let your dog chase a squirrel or chase a rabbit, or you just have to be able to call them off of that at any time. You know, if the rabbit or the squirrel goes under the fence to the neighbor's property, you got to call your dog off. Or if he's going to try to run out in the road or whatever, you know, you should call your dog off way before he gets close to the road. But there's just so many times that people want to let their dogs do that as a puppy to get exercise so they sleep better and they get in less trouble. And it ends up not working so well because the dog got into being an adrenaline junkie to chase those varmints, and then he just don't listen no more. So, Bianca, Brett.
Natalie says, "Good to see you guys watching with Daphne right now."
Hi, Natalie. Hi, Daphne.
Hey, which one's Daphne?
That really blonde shelter dog.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one person that we talk about once in a while. Unless she's just hiding something that we don't see, you know? It's just unreal what that kid did with that dog.
She did, yeah.
Remember, we had no confidence at started.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap. And
yeah.
It just, I don't know.
We don't very much expect people in the 18-ish age range to follow through and train on their dog the way that she did. And she did it and had fun.
Especially when she got it and made it so bad in like 3 or 4 days.
Not even. 24, 48 hours, yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it just goes to show you what determination will do for about
She wanted the dog, she wanted to keep the dog, she knew what it was going to take to keep the dog, and she did it. And she gave that
Well, we
shelter
taught
dog.
her. She didn't know. She thought that you took it home, let it sleep in the bed, and feed it cheeseburgers and hug it. Remember, and it got in trouble. And then when she came here, she just followed through.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just amazes me because that wasn't an easy dog either for her.
Yeah.
You know, that dog had a lot of energy and honoriness bred into it.
Yeah.
And she.
Well, it was a shelter dog that knew nothing.
But it wasn't like a German Shepherd. Something
I don't remember
mixed.
what she was, yeah.
Yeah, it was just a high drive kind of dog, and came straight out of the shelter being ornery, you know, and it's just, it goes to show you, like I said, what you can do. And I don't know how much time she even spends with the dog, you know, I don't know a whole lot. I haven't even seen her for a long time. We've seen her dog once in a while.
We see the dog every once in a while, and the dog's always really cool.
Yeah, the dog's cool, and it's just really, I don't know, it's so fun for me to see that, and so rewarding for what we do too, you know, to see that somebody goes home and follows through, and how cool their dog is because of the start that we gave the dog and the information we gave the owner to go along with the start. It makes it fun to see that they turned out so well. And we have a lot of success stories like this too, but a lot of them we don't get to see because sometimes when they get the dogs cool, they don't come back a lot. They don't need us for boarding, you know. They board them elsewhere or have a house setter or whatever the case is, which we're always excited about that too, you know. But it's just fun when we get to see them, like Z, you know.
Zion.
Z and Zion.
Yeah,
both.
okay. Yeah.
And Goofy, you know, and I mean, Maddie. Remember how spoiled Maddie was? And she lives on a farm, Maddie does, and she's so cool now. Steve really does a great job with her, and it's fun to see these dogs get to have that kind of freedom and still be so cool. Mm-hmm. And I kind of think that whenever he comes back to get Maddie, they're pretty ornery together in the viewing area, or the Sally Port, letting her jump around and hug on him hugging on her. And And so it shows that once you put that time and training in, you can do that with your dog and still have a super cool dog, you know.
That is such a hard thing for people to understand. Like, I think sometimes people think that you think all dogs should approach their owners like a tent hut and always be like in a sit and being chill and not getting excited to see your dog, but getting to the point where you come in the house and you're like, "What's up, buddy?" and you get your dog all crazy is earned once the dog has started to consistently show you respect in all areas.
And once you show them respect.
Yeah, and if your dog isn't showing you respect in all the areas because you're not putting in the work, you know, if your dog's not, it's because either you haven't learned how to reinforce or stop bad habits, but we don't want your dogs to all be robots. It's just that the clients are so willy-nilly and dilly-dally with their whole program that we want your dog to not jump on you, mouth at you, be disrespectful. And if they don't recall and they're batshit crazy when people come in your door, you shouldn't be walking in your door going, "What's up, man? Yeah, making them all crazy. But if your dog is polite when people come over, does listen to you when you recall it, does go in a crate well, does place, does walk nicely, then you can do whatever once your whole relationship is in a healthier place. But when your whole relationship has issues with boundaries and respect, and most of the time, again, this is on the owner, but that's just such a misconception with the people who come to lessons and they you watch it happen when you tell them to pet the dog and they give one pet and they have their hands at their side and they're like, "Oh, okay, I'm not allowed to pet my dog," but they get this whole misunderstanding of, no, it's not that you can't pet your dog, it's that you need to chill out for a while because your dog thinks you're a pet affection treat dispenser.
And that's what happens with the dogs that, like me, if you've got a young family, you know, and we'll use Maddie, for instance. If you have a young family, you know, husband, wife, and they're young, the kids are young, and they let their dog be dingy and knock everybody down at the door, you know, and they're okay with that, you know. But for me, when their 98-year-old grandma or grandpa comes over, grandma and grandpa both on walkers, and come in the house, and if you can't just tell your dog to go place and behave, then you might not have accomplished what I feel you should accomplish before you show that affection when your dog's at the door.
Yeah.
You know, because even with kids, you know, if you have company that comes over with little kids, I mean, I like all kids to like dogs, you know, but it's not much fun for the little 4-year-old kid that comes over that's not really used to dogs, and your dog's over there beating them with her tail and knocking them down, you know, and licking on them and jumping on them. The guy takes it out of it, and like you're talking about, the dog shows the affection like Steve and Maddie. I remember back when it went around everywhere. I mean, it was like almost went viral that I said dogs couldn't sleep in a bed or be on furniture, you know.
Yeah.
But it was only because of those people didn't hear the rest of what I said, because when I said that part of it, they kind of lost focus with me, and they went on the side that I didn't want dog on a bed or on a furniture. But your dog can, it's like you said at the door, they can be anywhere you allow them to be as long as you can control the situation.
Right.
You know, but when you go over and ask your dog to get off the couch and he bites you, maybe you shouldn't be laying on the couch. I mean, that's just, for me, Kelly.
Yeah, if you're dealing with reactivity, aggression, resource guarding, anything behaviorally in that realm, your dog probably doesn't need to be on the furniture.
Yeah.
And if you can't get over kicking it off the furniture for a while, then you are the main behavioral hiccup.
And see what you just said there, kicking it off the furniture, is what got me in trouble. She didn't mean literally kick it off the furniture.
Have a boundary that they're not allowed on the
ask it
furniture.
to get off the furniture, and it gets off the furniture, you know. But it's funny for what you have to say nowadays in the world, you know, and we talk about that a lot too. People get so wound up about what we say and other people say, and Anymore, it doesn't bother me. I can give a shit less. Keyboard warriors, you know, I don't care. But when me and Bianca talks about kicking a dog off the couch or never letting them on a bed, we don't literally mean that, you know. So, and if you wonder, you know, shoot us a question on here and ask us, you know, what our thoughts are on any part of the dog training. We'll be glad to answer as long as it's reasonable. I mean, I don't really have time for keyboard warriors, I guess, be on their stuff, but it's so rewarding to see, like Maddie and that little gal's dog, the blonde colored dog we was talking about, how cool those dogs are because of the amount of time and effort that the owners put into making them a nice dog. And you know, we once in a while we sell a pup around here, and we raise and train a puppy and then sell it, you know, rehome it, I guess. I wouldn't say we rehome it because we don't need to find it a home. We could keep the dog if we want, but we end up with somebody who wants a cool pup that's already trained. And man, those pups, when they go there, like Cy, what was he, 6, 7 months old when she got him? That dog was so cool, and she kept him cool.
She's working on making him even cooler.
Yeah, and she just don't never quit, I don't think, because she has fun with it, you know. And
and she's really proud of it.
Yeah, she is. It makes her feel good to wake up in the morning and be like, damn, I got a cool dog and I don't
my mom is that way too. My mom had the dog trained before she took it home, and she thanks me all the time, and I tell her, Mom, you don't have to. I'm glad you're grateful, but you don't have to thank me anymore, because at this point you just screwed it up.
You bet.
If you weren't following through, you would have screwed it up by now. And all the work, your results now are totally you. You know, you got a good start, but it's not stuck that way. It's that you took it home and followed through on it. And that dog's allowed on the bed and and totally jumps up and watches a Hallmark movie with my mom in the evening, and then she goes down to her crate for the night.
And it's so fun to see that. And some people thinks the puppy-like side don't get a puppy life, you know, because they're trained so early. And it's just the opposite in my world. They get such a cool puppy life because they started training earlier and they got so much more freedom.
That's such a, like, I don't know what the right word is, misunderstood thing too. Like if you have a dog like Ollie just went home that we were training and selling her. For her, what is a good owner to you?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, there's a good owner and then there's a great owner.
Okay, what is a good owner to you?
Someone who exercises their dogs and continues training on them, keeps them out of trouble, feeds them good, vets them good, you know. They don't have to take them on 5-mile hikes, and they don't have to train on them every day, every time they get them out of the kennels or the crates. For me, it's a matter of the people keeping the dogs, keeping them good and letting them have fun in life, you know. So, I mean, that's the fun part about it.
And then if you ask our general client before they've gone through the training, what do you think their average answer would be on what most of the general public thinks a good owner is?
Let your dog play a lot, let your dog be silly a lot, let him have 500 toys, let him sleep on the couch, let him sleep on the bed, let him run loose in the house all the time. Yeah. Pup cups, of course, forgot about those. Yeah. Ride around in the car loose so he can run around and visit with everybody in the car. Yeah, for sure. Just the opposite of what I would do with
and it's not even like the opposite of what you would do in debating about everyone's opinions. I think that most people are so lost at what a dog is and truly needs.
Yes, people think a puppy is human.
People get a German Shepherd and they just wanted the German Shepherd because it's this beautiful, you know.
It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's a cool looking dog. People are intimidated by
Well,
it.
and your what do you call
you
that?
Feel strong and powerful having one on the
your
leash.
status. Yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't have a
I would totally admit that I would walk around with a Doberman if I didn't know what it's like to live with a Doberman. I'm not even talking smack about Dobermans. They're just like super high energy, super high drive, and they're kind of dingy. So you really have to have a lot of time to keep them right. So, but like if Dobermans acted like labs, I would have 2 of them, and I would walk through town every day. They're so freaking cool looking. A big Great Dane, I would walk around with them all the time. But most people are so lost. They get the German Shepherd. Maybe they live in an apartment. Not even dogging on people who live in an apartment, because I think some people who live in an apartment exercise their dogs more properly than people who have a yard.
Yeah, for sure.
But they want the dog to just be a couch potato house pet, and it's not getting any fulfillment. We went to Cookies the other day and let Mari and Tilly, our labs, run around. Super nice of her to let us bring them. We brought our dogs and let them and Gus run around in the pond. And we left, and we both were like, all we did was walked in a loop and watched dogs play in a swamp. But those dogs were so fulfilled because they're labs, and whatever Gus is, he was fulfilled.
Yeah.
He was being a dog, getting swampy, running through the water, running around in grass. That was way more high quality enrichment than a snuffle mat. Or Kong with peanut butter in it, and I think when you experience watching the dogs be fulfilled in the way that they genetically need, it's so much more rewarding to the humans too. But people are so like far away from that.
They are, and a lot of people can't or don't provide that for their dogs.
They're thinking, I need to love it enough, I need to let it run, I need to let it get its wiggles out, I need to give it more toys, I need to get it more colored bandanas, I need to get it treats, get it different frozen things, get it those puzzles, rather than, I have a golden retriever, maybe I should take it to running around in the field and play fetch.
For me, when I trained my first dog, it was a Sport, a chocolate lab. I've owned several dogs named Sport, but and like I said, this was, I think, in '93. When I got that puppy, I had to determine what I was going to make it a bird dog, and I was going to bird hunt, not knowing that I didn't really want to bird hunt, But so I got a chocolate lab, and I started training him, and I got that book, Walter's Water Dog, I think it was, and I used that. The thing I was missing was a pond. I had a lake or a river because I live right here by the Willamette. And I'm like, okay, to get what I want and need, I need a pond. So what did I do? I didn't sit back and cry and say, oh, I'm going to skip this stage in life. Not saying you should do it or I don't recommend doing it, but I started driving down driveways that had a pond and knocking on doors. And I found one right here in town. I won't say where because I don't want everybody else doing it, but right here close to Newburgh. And I knocked on the door and I told them that I had a lab puppy and I was wanting to train it to be a duck dog and a bird dog and I needed a pond. And I said, is there any way I could rent time in your pond or I'll use it all you want. Just pull out here. But I approached them with everything nicely, and that might have helped. But they let me and I went down there and trained my dog in the pond. So then I went to the river and trained down there on retrieving. But I think there's so many times that people don't realize that, even like the people do set your dogs free here once a week when we have it, their dogs get so much enjoyment out of that because it's all controlled. There's no real ornery dogs there, and the people have a really good time watching their dogs run and play, whether it's warm or cold or raining or whatever.
And honestly, some of them are playing with the other dogs, but they're mostly just sniffing.
Yeah, just
they're
hanging
checking
out.
out what coyotes were there last night. They're looking for bunny rabbits.
Yeah.
They're sniffing piles of horse poop, and we're telling them not to eat it, and then they move on to something else. And some of them eat some weeds and grass, and some of them dig a little bit in the dirt, and they're not even just running like a wild pack of dogs. They're out there fulfilling
It's totally
their
different.
needs.
it's totally different than what I've seen in a dog park environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because here they're all so controlled as far as staying out of trouble. They're not micromanaged at all because they're running all over. It's like 5 acres of woods, and they're running all over the woods playing and having fun. And a lot of them will come back in and check in with their parents or owners,
Yeah.
And they don't even, some of them don't even stop. They just do a run by and make sure their parents are still here drinking their coffee or whatever they're doing. But the dogs who don't get to do that is normally not trained for 100% of recall.
Right.
So people could go off into the trask or find a field out here somewhere and let their dogs run and play, People used to do it here at Springbrook Corner a lot. I think it's Springbrook right on the curve across from the Allison in that big field out there. And I think they kind of stopped that. They put up a lot of signs now, no trespassing and stuff. And I'm not even sure why, because they've done it since I've lived here, and once they stopped it. But for me, I kind of feel that those people who were dedicated to taking their dog there, they probably found them another place to go.
For sure.
Yeah. They didn't just quit.
A lot of people go down to Rogers Landing.
You bet.
And
yeah, so there's places you could go, up at Ball Peak. I've seen people up there, their dogs off leash running around and stuff. So there's places around to do it, but
once you have a recall, but if you don't have the recall,
yeah. And for me, I mean, knock on wood. Here a while back, somebody had a dog. He was just here. He went home probably Sunday. The one I was going to go Alaska fishing. The spotted dog. Bentley. They're like, they just don't think a recall is possible on him. And
he did the board and train, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll see it if I believe. I'll believe it if I see it." But he had no.
Now he said he don't even hardly put a leash on his dog. He just stays with him and recalls. He don't chase pigs. He said he still don't listen to his grandpa. But his grandpa won't use the e-collar, and he gives him too many cheeseburgers fry or whatever. But so for me, it's so fun because that dog's what, 5 or 6 years old?
Maybe older.
Yeah, and he's had a cool life, but he just didn't have that one thing, and that boy knows grace.
Yeah, it's really
That's
good
probably the
friend of our
only reason he
office
brought
manager.
the dog here.
It is, yeah.
And he told me the other day when he dropped him off, I was here, and when he brought him in, I talked to him, and I asked him, he's like, "Man, he's so cool." He said, "I don't even hardly put a leash on him no more."
That's so cool.
And I actually asked him to put a leash on him to bring him.
Oh yeah, because he came in
he
without
just
one.
came in without a leash.
He's so
He doesn't need a
confident
leash.
now. He's not even using leashes.
Didn't even have a leash with him. So it's kind of fun to see that, and I think that, I don't know how many dogs, and I won't do it because my wife me and my wife, I guess, has some barn cats here that we don't want them chasing. My wife's old dog, and we have some chickens and goats and cows and horses, but I'm not sure how many people could turn their dog loose at their car and bring them in our barn without a leash, It'd be interesting to know, because I think some of them don't follow through that far with their dogs, Some of them may not want to. I don't know.
Some of them want to, and they're like, "Okay, I'll follow the rules." But they are so proud that they can do it. They really want to do it,
And that's why we do the Set Your Dogs Free stuff. And once in a while, we have a little deal out here on our agility course where we can play and train on dogs. And so it's just a lot of fun to see all the amount of effort and time that people puts into following through with what we train here to do. And the sad part is that sometimes people don't follow through, and then 6 months later they want to bitch at us about their dogs don't do something, but that's their fault. And deep down inside they know it, They just need to blame someone else. And I mean, we have that happen, once a year now?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
not that often.
I mean, it still makes me. Well, I still wish they would have followed the program so their dog could do what they're trained to do by us. But we can't make people follow through with what we teach. Bianca, you got anything?
The group walk this week, we have nobody signed up, so if no one signs up, we won't be doing it. But
Hey, if nobody signs up, we'll go to Rogers Landing and take a dog or have
I
some
changed
fun.
it to Rogers Landing.
Oh,
You've had multiple people ask about the group walk, so they better sign
I
up.
know.
That's all I got.
well, they don't want to do it, Brett. They just want to know why we don't do it.
The group walk is 10 a.m. on Thursday at Rogers Landing. I did update
This week, Thursday, right?
Yes.
10 a.m. Rogers Landing in Newburgh.
Yes.
So be there. What's that old saying? Be there or be square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but
I don't either for sure, but
I'm not sure what that
yeah,
means.
I have to ask Google. Ask somebody on here. Hey, what's the old saying? Be there or be square.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rochelle said Chevy thought she was going to climb a tree for a squirrel a couple weeks ago.
Nice. I thought we needed some more food on the table.
And then Mo Raya said Edith is looking for you guys.
We're trying to climb in the foam.
I think Laura Newbie.
we just had our Saturday without Mo Ryan. It was not very fun.
Aiko's mom said, where do you sign up for it?
The group walk?
The group walk, yeah.
Team Reach. Do you have Team Reach? If you don't have Team Reach, you have an email somewhere probably thrown in your junk mail or maybe not read that has a link
Who are you
to
talking
Team
to
Reach.
like that?
What do you mean?
That's the way you talk to me. You don't read it. You don't find it. You don't know where it's at. Why would you look for it?
That's Aiko's mom.
Who?
Akko.
Aiko's mom.
Akko.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to see Akko there. That'd
The
be
group
so
walk
cool.
would be really good, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun to
He
see.
could have a redemption from the last one he was at.
It looks like she's requesting to be in the video, so maybe next week we could have her.
Yeah,
Podcast.
I think people accidentally
She should
request
just come
to be
and
in
do
the
a
video.
podcast.
But Laura, if you want to come do a podcast, we would love that. We have
Yeah,
so much
it'd
fun
be
with
fun.
you. Yeah,
Laura
we can
said
talk
we're
about
going.
Akko.
She said she's going.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
10 a.m. Rogers
be
Landing.
there,
We'll
be
see you
square.
there.
I called her yesterday and let her know that I was really proud of her and for how good she's done with Akko.
Both of them.
Yeah, because first I was telling him how bad he wanted to bite me, and but compared to what he was when we met him, he's like so cool.
He is.
And it's even like for me with a dog like Akko, you know, he could have really got in trouble this time here
When he came back for
if
boarding.
we would have let him, you know what I mean, or made him. But we didn't. We just went with the
Kind
flow.
of trained on him, yeah.
Yeah, and then there at last, I mean, he was cool for me. I even wouldn't put his pinch collar on, and he's like, rawr, 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 rawr. I told him to shut up, and he did. So, and then when I took him out to them, I told him, this is going to show how hard y'all worked. And he didn't even jump on
Yeah,
them.
he did. They proved themselves there.
Yeah, I was pretty amazed how well he done, and it's another, you know, person that had a real ornery dog, and how cool they done with him. And now I'm waiting to hear how Winston's doing.
Yeah.
And then Neo,
Yeah.
we had some pretty ornery
Yeah,
dogs.
I'm dying to know how Neo's doing. I'm dying to know how Winston's doing.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know how Ollie's doing.
Well, Ollie's gonna be cool.
I know, but I just
People's
like
first dog,
it's
maybe.
like you raise a baby and give it
Yeah,
to someone else.
adopt
It's really
it out.
like
Throw that
it's
kid
always
away.
hard on me for a couple days, and then I hear they're doing all right, and then I'm okay. But I don't even cry. I just sweat.
Do you ever
Like,
watch
oh
the
my God!
Johnston thing?
What if she eats their
Yeah.
plants? What if she, like you just think of everything possible that could go
You ever
wrong.
watch that Just the Jackson kid I'll tell you about?
Yeah.
This is kind of what it was last night. I was watching. He's on a real cool interview thing, and you could tell he was antsy. You know, he was ready to go because he was at a big farmers fest thing, and the people that he was talking to or interviewing him, the three of them, they were wanting to give him tractors and little toys and hats to add to his collection, and he's like, "My mom's over there shaking her head no." That Skyway Brett is over there making fun of you talking about giving your babies away. Brett's over there laughing at you. But, I'm terrible with names, but as anybody knows that knows me, but Bob's mom asked me a while ago how hard it is on me when the dogs leave here for Morton train and go home, And it does, but the fun part of it always overrides them leaving, because I know they're going to go back to a cool home and they're going to have a lot more freedom. And
you and I have different perspectives
Yeah.
on that, I think.
the owners are going to have a lot more
Yeah.
fun with their dogs,
Yeah.
so it doesn't bother
They
me
leave
as
and I'm
bad.
like, I've worked really hard on that dog for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I go with confidence. Yeah, they're going to follow through.
Speaking of which, Kyrin,
Kaylin,
yeah, she said Ollie/Millie is killing it.
I'm dying to know.
Not eating the
I
plants.
checked my phone like 57 times this morning. I even followed her on Instagram to see if she posted any stories.
So how's she doing, Brett?
Not eating the plants and being the best girl.
Oh, that's
Is she
awesome.
running around loose?
That dog is going to have so much fun
Ollie?
with them. That dog is going to have fun with them.
I still think we should get another one and sell it.
Carrie, Jake, Marvin wants another one.
Are y'all on here?
He's trying to confiscate your over volume.
Overstock.
What do you call it? Yeah.
Dogs. Well, they said they would get rid of another one or two if it could go to a really good home. So we need to post a picture of Ollie and how great a life she's living.
Mariah said a Jack Russell.
No,
Mariah said a Jack Russell.
I don't need no Jack Russell.
Here's the thing. She can do the puppy racer program with the Jack Russell. You have to be here 5 nights a week for puppy turnout. You have to be here 5 days a week, 45 hours. You can do it. You can have. I'll override Marvin's non-approval.
Well, we're not going to see a Jack Russell. If I was going to get one, my niece in Missouri had some Jack Russell Beagle crosses here a while back.
Why?
Man, they're so cute. Probably
Oh
accident,
my
I don't
gosh,
know.
why? That's like the same reason I would get a Doberman, because they're cool looking.
Yeah.
Mariah says she'll get her own.
Yeah, good job.
Good job.
So, Bianca, what do you want to talk about now? I don't even know what time it is, Brett.
It is 10:23.
Man, we've been on here almost an hour already.
Well, we didn't really start until
Started late. Started
9:40 probably. We argued for 5 minutes, so
Probably.
9:45.
30.
Felt longer. than
Oh,
that, yeah.
sheesh. Come on.
We should have put our arguments on here. That'd get more traffic than anything.
That's true.
Man.
Yeah, Bianca ordered with a signpost. And it don't even have to have a sign on it.
Order with a sign code?
Argues.
Argue.
Oh, okay.
I said you would argue with a signpost,
It would
and it
say-
wouldn't even need a sign on it.
It would say I'm on strike.
Whatever.
Wouldn't even know
So,
what it was.
Brett, do we got any comments?
Nope, that was the last one. I'll get my own. Do you
So-
need some things to talk about?
Well, I always have something to talk about. It's just not always what people want to hear. But so, Bianca, what's the difference between? Let's say let's say you sleep a lot and you're only up 12 hours a day, and it's Saturday, and you're a homebody. How many hours should your dog be in a crate? Let's say you only walk your dog for 2 hours for the 12, and you don't have a yard, and you watch TV all day. How many hours should your dog be crated versus how many hours should your dog be placed in the house for the 10 hours that you're not exercising, walking, training it?
I'll let you answer this question.
Okay.
You gotta ask Marvin.
she's trying to-
Well,
I
he's asking too general of a question. Can you give me a dog and an age and what that 2 hours of exercise
Yeah.
looks like?
And see, that was my thing. I was going to throw you under the bus, but you didn't go
I
for
knew
it.
that. Yeah.
And so for me, that's what happens to people. They go get a high drive dog when they have a low drive life,
Yeah, like
and they get aggravated because I'm not, I don't know how to say this without
well, just say it and
pissing
I'll
somebody.
help.
Well, I might piss somebody off, but that's okay. 'Cause I do that frequently.
I don't
So-
know what we're talking about right now, but
Okay,
just say
here's
it.
what I'm
Quit
going to do.
filtering things. Just say what you're thinking.
I'm going to come to your board and train facility to adopt a high drive husky, Presley. Okay,
Okay.
so when I show up, I have to bring my 2 dogs that I told you I own because they got to meet Presley, right, and play together and have cheeseburgers together.
Okay.
So when I get out of my car, you see me with this big old huge boxer.
Okay.
And he's not pulling me really bad. And then let's say Jody gets out with this little pit bull prick-eared looking thing that's dragging her down with a harness on, you know.
Okay.
And she's coming over to the playpen where we're going to release him with the high energy puppy husky that's, I don't know what, 85 pounds or whatever.
Okay.
And not trained, but we had him a few weeks, so he's pretty cool.
Okay.
And so when I show up there, you ask me how much exercise my dogs get, right? Because they're really being crazy.
Yeah, that's probably not what I would ask you, but...
Well, to be nice, that's what you should. I mean...
Yeah, okay.
And I say, well, I take her for a walk, you know, for like a half hour, 45 minutes twice a week. And then you say, well, do you crate them? Well, no, not really. Well, sometimes, because they kind of eat my house, you know. They tear it up pretty bad. But and then, and then this one, I don't know, he pees and poops in my house quite a bit. But, like, do you let him out? And you're like, well, not really. You know, I don't have time to work. We both work, you know. Jody and I both all day, 5 days a week, so we don't really have time. Can we go ahead and put them out with Presley and let them play and see how they do?
Not today.
And that's what the people told them that I seen. They're like, this ain't the right dog for you. But it's like, why would you go get the third dog when you don't? And the two dogs look nice and healthy, you know. I mean, they should be because they don't do nothing. But it's like, why do you go get this third high drive dog when you can't get these two, you know? And if we have people that, just like Z's mom, you know, she waited, how long have we known her now? Almost a year, huh? 8 months?
I don't know. I'd have to check timing.
I mean, she was so excited to get Z to play with
I
Dolly.
don't think it's been a year.
Well, that's what I said,
maybe
8 months.
half a year.
Yeah, 8 months maybe or something.
Yeah.
But she waited and waited and waited until she got Z on doing really cool.
Yeah.
And we take him out with dogs. Me and you do. I don't know the other girls do.
I think they're starting to.
Are
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was so excited whenever she got to meet Dolly from the Newburgh shelter, which Ollie now, right?
Allie.
Allie?
Yeah.
Allie now. They changed her name. They did. But she was so excited to see, and they played like two little puppies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, you know, I
And
told her,
that's a good comparison because the first person, we've never met their dogs, we don't know them. Second person wanted to get their dog with the shelter dog that we have. We know the dog, we've seen it recently, we know its behavior around other dogs, we know its behavior around other dogs when the owner is present.
yeah.
Major difference. There's a dog that got dropped off yesterday that the lady's just bewildered at why, and I'm not saying this as a bad thing, she just is like, it's a puzzle to her that her dog gets dropped off at daycare and does fine, but wants to kill Cujo dogs on a walk. And we talked about what we'll talk about in the lesson, which is that possibly you're that dog's property.
Yeah,
And
for
that
sure.
dog doesn't give a shit about anything at daycare, so you
Yeah.
can be around all those dogs at daycare, but then when you're back in the picture, she'll go Cujo protecting her property.
Yeah.
And with the dog that we introduced to the shelter dog 2 days ago, or whenever he did it, in the last week, we know the dog, we know the owner, we know the dog is respectful, we know the dog recalls, we know that if for some reason we get Dolly out, who's been doing good, and we bring Zion out, who's been doing good, and they look at each other funny, we can say, Dolly, come here. And Zion, come here.
Yeah.
And then go, for some reason they're flipping each other off. Let's take them for a walk on a lead
Yeah.
and then come back in here. But if you take the two dogs that we don't know and bring them in, it's like...
And people
pop
do
up.
it all the
It could
time.
go fine.
Yeah,
Could have nothing
yeah,
wrong other than batshit crazy banana dogs walking 100 miles an hour up the walls.
But I'm not a good person to adopt dogs out. And Bianca's even worse than me.
For sure.
Because our rules would be so strict. I mean, it'd be like, holy crap. And we've helped Newburgh Shelter.
We would become a
and,
sanctuary.
Yeah, we've helped Newburgh Shelter adopt out numerous dogs, and we've helped Homer Bound adopt out some dogs. And so we do get involved in it, but if someone wants to bring their dogs to meet a dog that we don't know, even though we have the dog here from the shelter, we usually take the dog to the shelter and let them do it. If it's a dog that we've trained here and somebody wants to adopt a dog that we've worked with, then we'll do it here.
And we kind of do the same thing with we have a pack run on Saturdays, but if you haven't been to the pack run in 6 months and you call us and say you want to come to the pack run, we're like,
yeah,
why?
you got to come back and usually
Yeah.
meet with me and get mad
Yeah.
because you got to
Yeah.
meet with me and my pack to
Yeah.
see how we're doing or how you're doing and how your dog's doing, you know. So, and for me, you know, we have a lot of clientele that keeps coming back, you know, and I've been doing this long enough now that, and in the cow dog world, I did it a lot. People would lose a dog, you know, they'd pass away of old age or get hurt or whatever, you know, and they would call me to get another pup or another dog. And now we've had a lot of clients that's their dogs are getting older and they're losing their dogs and they want to get another dog. And a lot of them will ask us now, you know, what do we have or what does the shelter have or, you know, whatever. And we always really enjoy trying to help people get the right dog for the right fit, you know.
And we really enjoy fitting shelter dogs because we like to help the shelter dogs have a good
For
life
sure.
with
Yeah.
good fulfillment, not cheeseburgers and enrichment toys and staying in the house all day. But we also like for the people who aren't quite prepared, skilled, experienced to take on a shelter dog that doesn't know home life at all, we like to have options for them to have a trained puppy.
Yeah, you bet. So we're going to start,
the best of both.
if Irene don't just totally veto it somehow, we're going to start raising a pup. And we have one now. We got a little lab. Did we ever name her?
No.
Hey, anybody's got a cool name for a female pup or dog? We're looking for a name. I'm kind of I have a name that I want to call her, but I'm probably going to get it vetoed, so I haven't even mentioned it
What
yet.
is it?
But we'll have two names actually.
What are they?
Huh?
We can do another vote.
What are they?
Yeah, well, it's either Ginger or Chick.
Why?
Because I've had dogs named that, and they're both super, super cool, and this pup's going to be super cool.
Yeah.
But it don't have to be, you know. I mean, it could be, we could call it Flintlock or something, I don't care.
What?
Mo Raya said Dowanda.
Said what?
Get out of
Dowanda.
She said what?
Dawanda.
I can't even say it. Is Mariah on
here?
here?
The
Brett?
other Mariah wanted to call her Ogre. Or Olga.
Olga. That's
Olga.
No.
Yeah.
Is Mariah on here?
No,
Mariah.
I know, I said is Mariah on here.
Marvin said I should name my kid that. Anyways.
I said,
Hey,
there you
I
go.
think
I thought this stupid.
This
Yeah.
is a great time. There's a box to your right of your leashes if you want to throw your leashes.
Oh,
up.
boy!
Leashes that you made.
This is the best invention to the dog industry ever.
Those are on your website, so if you want to talk about them.
I haven't seen them on the website. I've seen them because I made them, but.
Which color do I want?
Well, why not have several colors? Just lay
Hey,
them
don't.
across- Sorry.
Are you going to talk about them or are you just going to
You got anything?
I'm calling one out.
Holy smokes.
Okay, so this is the Marvin Pierce leash. It's biothane. It's really soft biothane, so it feels really good in your hands. It's lightweight. And the way we train, we want the dogs to walk in the heel position unless you're letting them explore and then calling them back. This is like a really neat thing because you can hold it at the O-ring and it takes the weight of the whole leash off of the one hand.
Where's the O-ring?
Right here.
Okay.
And it's got oil spill on the O-ring, and there's so many pretty colors. There's like this dark emerald green that Heather won't let me have because she says it's her brand.
Let's lay a couple across here. Can you see them on the table, Brett?
Yeah.
We can see them on the table.
This one's bright pink.
Try not to scratch the.
It's got heavy duty
Bar.
snaps on it, and then it has a ring
We modify
at
it a little
the
bit.
end of the handle.
There you go.
Hey, I'm giving
Hey,
a speech.
she's giving
in
a
your
spill,
mouth.
Brett.
No, I'm not. You're still being
You can clip the leash onto you when you turn it off leash, and you're wearing it, and then when you're ready to put the dog back on leash, you can unclip it so it has the O-ring at the end, and it feels magical in your hand. It's really easy to keep clean. It doesn't stink. You can wipe it off with a rag. You can wash it with Dawn dish soap. It doesn't lose its color.
And some of them have like blue and a different color.
Some of them are
turquoise.
two-toned.
Yeah, we got a little creative.
They're
there.
on the website. These by far surpass the Cycle Dog leash for me.
Not me. I still cycle dog leash 100%.
I like these way better
Especially
than the Cycle
training.
Dog leash.
If I was just walking my dog that was really cool, I might
This just feels like a
I
feather
might
in
use
your
one
hand.
of these, but probably not.
And we have some that are a little bit wider. We have some that are thinner. We have different colors.
And
We have
different
this
lengths. We
All
have
out black.
4 foot, 5 foot. I'm gonna make some 6 foot. The black ones are a little wider. There's two that are a little wider. The black color and I don't know what the other color is, but
Yeah.
it's a little bit wider.
Uh-oh, this one's backwards. This one needs to go back to quality control.
It's what?
Quality control.
Oh, Bianca. Here's Bianca's
This is my
color.
favorite
Yeah,
color.
it's colored
Yeah,
Bianca.
I alternate because it's like my outfits, but I have this one too that is like the
Bianca's
tannish
my
brown
guinea pig of
leather
trying
colored.
leashes when I make new
Yeah.
leashes. Do you have your puppy leash with you?
I don't. I have a modification I want to the puppy.
Oh,
leash.
no.
Yeah.
I make some puppy slip leashes too. And I heard Bianca wants something changed. Made her like 9 of them already, so
Yeah.
I'll sell you one.
You don't want those ones. You want to wait till the
Really?
final prototype is out.
So if you need a leash, what's the cost on these things, Brett?
I think the $20 we decided on the 4 foot, and then $22 on the 5 foot.
And then I'm gonna make some 6 foot.
I would get a 4 foot if you're short.
I'd get both, but
Or if your dog is really well trained, you don't need as much leash. When you are working on your leash work, you kind of want to be able to do the Marvin dance and play with them and have a little bit more.
so
room
but
on
we
the
have
leash.
different colors. We even got a green one in here that's not out. I
Bright
guess that's
green.
green.
Yeah, I picked like not as neon. This one's.
Sometimes when I call and order this stuff, I order 1,000 foot or so at a time usually. A different color. We usually get a 100-foot roll, but they're this one and the black one are just a little bit wider. We've got a pretty good stock of them right now, so. All right, Brett, we'll throw them back. If we can get them in there now that they're all unwrapped. Here's one, somebody's right here. This is the old one I made. It don't have that extra ring in it.
Oh yeah, this ring is like a game changer.
I've got another one I'm wanting to make. I just hadn't got around to it yet.
Yeah, this is the best leash on the internet.
So, Brett, you got anything you need to add?
No, I don't think so.
Bianca?
Events over the winter time, does anything change?
No,
Things
we
look
do have
forward
one
to?
more thing to add. This week, Monday, is day 1, and we'll follow up next Monday. We're starting a new challenge. Everyone who was still in it to win it with 100 Days of Dog Training is through. My mom completed it yesterday.
Really?
Congratulations. And we are starting a new challenge that's not quite so daunting.
So let's acknowledge who completed the 100 days.
Okay.
Who are they?
Tracy,
Tracy with Luna?
Astro, Luna, and Tippy.
Yeah.
Well, her daughter owns Astro.
And she is the only one who did the 100 days consecutively.
Never
like that.
missed a step.
Yeah. Nancy.
Posted every day.
Yeah. Nancy also did it with Hunter and
Yeah.
Jax.
Yeah.
She went on vacation once and posted her videos, I don't know, a little differently that Bianca had pre-approved.
She was out of cell reception.
Yes,
so
and I
she had
didn't.
for a month.
But
Yeah.
once we had a meeting about it, she also did the 100 days, which is awesome. I mean, I never thought anyone would do it. I would have bet money. I actually
And I
bet
think
with
you
Bianca,
saying
but-
that alone motivated Tracy to do it.
Yeah, probably so. Probably Nancy too. You know, they might have been a little bit stubborn. But it's just so exciting that they did it. And then now you said your mom finished it?
She did.
Because she had to
yesterday.
restart, right? Because she
did.
overslept
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
And then has anybody else finished it?
No, everyone. Well,
I thought Heather was
skipped
still
today, but she still put a lot of effort in.
But
she
how many
just
days?
kept going. She didn't start over.
But has she got to
today.
100 yet?
I should know that, but I don't. Heather got her canine good citizen, so I'm like,
Yeah, so it's really exciting. And then, and so Nancy and, what's her name?
Hunter and Jax.
Yeah, but what, Luna?
That's Tracy.
Tracy, they both got really nice presents. It's up to them if they want to say what they are or not. We didn't announce what anybody was getting because...
But they didn't even know there was a reward.
Well, there wasn't a reward when we started.
Best earned.
The only reward was with Bianca, and she didn't make it because she fell asleep and got mad or something, attitude or whatever. So now let's go back let's go on to the Canine Good Citizen who got who made it.
Oh boy. Okay, so Gabe would have, but his dog's nails weren't trimmed.
That's just bad, Gabe. I feel for you, man, if you're on here.
He passed all of the things, but your dog's nails have to be well kept. Ears can't be filthy dirty. Everything else was good, but her nails were long. He did do really well.
They are
with
trimmed
his dog,
now, though.
They are, yeah. He'll pass the next one. Mariah and Concho.
Oh, yeah. She passed it.
Yep.
And then Kay.
Bear.
Oh, Bear got his with somebody else handling him.
Yeah. So now all of our personal dogs except for Rebel and Libby and Ryder, right?
Ryder ain't done it?
Well, she wasn't here. I think he should.
She said she could.
Yeah, totally. Rebel can't sit.
That's easy to fix.
Listen, a sit is just not important for me. I want a downstay, I want recall, I want not pulling on the leash, and I don't care if my dog sits or not. I think
this just hurts you that she don't.
No, I genuinely just do not care.
Bianca, I'm so happy that you don't.
So
then Kay made it
Kay
with
and Greta. Which is really cool because Kay didn't even know she was taking the test. I just said, hey, you want to come help me volunteer? And then she said, I said, hey, you should take the test. Yeah. And she said, okay.
Hey, how you like this Lynch? You were pretty close, huh?
And then Lily and Kathleen, who that one's like kind of special to me because we've been working at this for a while, and I kind of signed up for the evaluator thing so that we could help her and Lily get it because we really wanted her to win. So very proud of her. She's put in some serious work in the last few months getting prepared for this. And Heather and Coda, which we said.
Oh yeah, that was really exciting too.
Yeah, very excited for her. Heather was very nervous. So
yeah, she's about sick in her stomach.
I was worried for Heather that she would be so nervous she would fluke the test because she was so nervous. Yeah. Not because her and her dog have not put in the work. So
not that her dog ain't good enough.
Did it.
Yeah.
Ollie tried, but Ollie was too lazy to sit up.
Yeah, so the owner of Ollie now, you can do that if you just try.
I told her that would be my goal for you is to be able to do Canine Good Citizen because I think she could do that within 90 days.
Is that it?
Mo Raya says yes, she can. She does it first ask now. And then Akko's mom said, I'm going to get Akko to
Mariah, Rebel will not sit for anybody but you.
Rebel will sit for Mariah?
Yes.
Right, because she got good cheeseburgers.
She tried to get her to do the canine.
Hey, I don't think that you could
do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
When you do Ryder, you could try and do Rebel, but boy, she would not sit for Mariah in the class.
Well, she'd sit for me if I asked her. It took a couple days.
What did Cash do wrong? Laid down. Lazy.
I think he took a nap.
Yeah, we said sit and he sat and then like, I'm tired. And laid on the floor, so he flunked.
So, are you going to talk about what you're doing here next weekend?
What am I doing next weekend?
Aren't it this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend?
Don't you got a class or a lecture or something?
Oh, man, you make me throw up thinking about it. I am speaking at a doodle breeder conference. Thank you very much, Valerie, for inviting me.
Yeah.
I'm very nervous.
I'm really excited for you.
Yeah, I think once I'm there, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Once I'm doing it, but boy,
And then once you get it
leading
done,
up
you
to
know,
it,
you'll be
yeah.
cooler the next time. Less stressed, I should say. Not
What's
cooler.
so funny is that that's what I'm talking about. Like, my entire speech is kind of surrounded around exactly what I'm going to have to go through to do this. Because I do not like speaking in front of 5 people.
See, and I love it. I don't care if it's 5,000
I
or
do
10,000.
not. I'm not like, God, I can't wait to go speak in front of a bunch
I'm
of people.
excited.
I'm like sweating.
You need a lecture? Call me. I
Sweating.
can give you one.
Yeah, I'm not. I am not. Once I'm there and I'm in it, I will have fun and it will be good for me. But a lot of my seminar is surrounding where owners with puppies are getting too caught up in avoid all stress and discomfort at all costs.
For the puppy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the dog is traumatized when real life happens.
Yes.
So I know, because of the way we train, that if it makes me uncomfortable to speak in front of people, that I should do it more.
Right.
And prepare for it.
You want
And
us to
then-
set you up a mock one?
Sure.
When are we doing our clinic at Cookies?
After the...
Dang it. I was going to say
Yeah.
we can do it right there.
Yeah. I did think I would like to teach seminars more frequently, because I will say I enjoy teaching a seminar and then separately handling the dog better than I like teaching and handling the dog at the same time, which is why I think sometimes our clinics are good, is because I'll speak a lot, I like to talk, and you work the dog.
Huh.
I don't know how much you enjoy that, though, because I talk over you.
Yeah, that's life. I've learned to live with it. I'm super excited on what you've done with the puppy program, you know.
Me too.
You went a long ways with it, you know, and you put a lot of work into it and a lot of trial and error,
Yeah.
you know, because you
Yeah.
can't get on the internet, in my thinking, and really learn what you should do, because you probably are doing something that 10 million other people have done and screwed up with.
And I'm
So
not
you've got to kind of invent your own wheel.
teaching people to do what I've done with one dog that worked on one dog.
Yeah, you've done multiple
people
dogs.
the things that has worked on all of them. And
Huh.
I'm talking about temperament types too, because I think that it's been so fun. Now I'm regularly taking on a puppy, and this puppy is so freaking different than Sai. I wish I videoed more of it. I need to
Which
vlog
puppy?
it. The one that we have now that has no name. If you turn her out at night, all the other puppies I brought home, Cash, Sai, I can't even remember the rest of them, Tilly, Ollie, they look for me. This one's like, see ya. And pitch black, middle of the night, I have to use a leash.
Should get a fluorescent collar on her.
Oh, I've got a fluorescent leash.
That don't help if you don't have it on.
And she just is like wildly unafraid, where Sai in the beginning was like, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna be a little bit curious, but I'm not just gonna go
Remember when
for
you
it.
first got her, how she was kind of shy?
Yeah,
I told you not to worry about it.
I know, and I didn't worry about it for not even 5 minutes, and then the next day she was
Yeah.
totally different. Yep.
It's fun because it's that separation from their normal life, you know.
And it's interesting too, because she, I'm going down a rant of talking about puppy behavior, but she doesn't care where I'm at, so I'll have to work really hard to get
Yeah,
that,
get her hooked
you know?
up with you.
But she crates awesome because she does not care.
Yeah.
She's like, sure, kennel, okay, see you in a few. She's not, where some of the other puppies I brought home the first time you're working on crate, you put them in there and they're like, where are you going? She's like, cool, I'll take a nap, I'll
Like
see you
Cujo.
soon. Yeah.
Brad, how long have we been on here?
Oh, over an hour.
How long though? You know?
Probably
and
an hour and
10
10.
minutes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hour and 10 minutes.
So we want to get off here pretty quick, but
Yeah.
it's a can of worms I'm opening, and we're just going to bail.
Oh
I'm
my
really
gosh.
But I want to try to do a book about shelter dogs' lives after the shelter.
Ooh.
Write a book about what I think their shelter lives could be. So I would like to get, I don't know how many people we have on here or how many actually views our podcast, but people that view their podcast, especially the people that knows me and knows how many shelter dogs that we've worked with here, what's your thoughts on me doing that, and how big of a can of worms are we going to open? Because I have a whole different philosophy about board and trained dogs than other people do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, are we ready to go?
No. Mariah pointed out that you never introduced the challenge for the week.
What's
You what?
What's the
The
new
challenge for the week.
Oh, am I doing it?
Yeah.
It's on the board. Are we not going to do a video to show them what it is? Or are we just going to say it?
This is your
Well,
project.
but remember you wrote it up on the top right corner.
Yeah, because you've been talking about it for 3 weeks.
What's
and
it gonna
then
be?
started it. It's your project. You're the one who came
No,
up with
I
the
thought
idea.
we wrote the first one.
No.
Oh, shit, I said it the other day. I just didn't write it down. I thought you wrote it up on the top right corner of the
No,
top board.
that was just my reminder for you to start.
So I think that we, for me, I would like to see your dog lay and stay without looking at you.
Whoa. You're just going for that week one.
Well, yeah, because...
Do you mean like the person can leave the room? Or
Well,
like
no,
they
you don't even
to
have to
look at
leave the room.
wall?
You don't even, no, they don't even have to look at the wall.
Oh, man.
I want your, can you see my phone, Brett?
Yep.
Okay, this is my dog's head, okay?
Oh my gosh.
And you can do it in your house, and then you have to do it out in your yard or an outdoor spot. I'm not saying turn your dog loose and they get ran over by a car. So you can do it in your yard, or if you have to, because I don't think we're going to have 5,000 of them, you can call us and we can try to do it here at our facility. But this is your recliner or couch, and you're watching your TV, okay?
Where's your head? Where's the face on
Your
it?
head is facing this way,
Okay.
This is your head, and I want you to be able to bring your dog over here, and its head's this way, and the wall's over here, so it don't have to be right there, but you can lay your dog down. Now, some of you are going to cheat and put a puppy dog video on a TV up here, so you're both lined up.
So the dog can't look at you. For how long?
I don't care, 5 minutes. It don't matter. It's not a big thing, you know?
Oh, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Shut up, Marvin.
And then you have to do it in your yard, okay? And you have 7 days to accomplish this, okay? Bianca's leaving. She's going to go try it right now. So, I guess Bianca's done. So everybody has it. The rules are here on video, so when we have questions, you have to be you can be looking this way if you want, or you can be looking that way, or you can be looking this way. It doesn't matter what way the human's looking, but the dog has to be looking away from the human for 5 minutes. All right, Brett. Thanks, man.
Someone said, what is the point of not looking at us?
So, go ahead.
Mia said, so the dog has to be faced towards the wall?
No, not the wall. You didn't see me. The wall's way over here. You can be outside in the field. The whole purpose of this is so your dog is not like, I gotta go. I gotta hang out with my mom and my dad. I can't lay here. So, and you better do really well with this, because the next one's gonna be harder.
Mariah said,
Bianca's out there practicing right now.
Is she?
Holy shit, Brett. Put the camera on
Should we
her.
go?
Just put it right through the window, the dirty ass window. Look, people, what she's doing, cheating. She's out there trying it. I tell you what. You'll hear her out there cursing. Rebel! Oh, no, it's Tilly.
It's Tilly, yeah.
Yeah, she
She's
got
running around
easy
bed.
dog. Okay, so you got the rules, folks. Post your videos. They don't count. One in the house and one out in the yard somewhere in our field. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.